Stick around and learn how to make these planter boxes. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Gary's Garage. I'm your host, Gary Hurd. Before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about shop tools. I just picked up this Cedar Craftsman 16-inch radial arm saw at a yard sale. $35. I found a roto hammer by Bosch on Craigslist for $30. I also found a 16-inch metal vise, $10. And the tripod that my camera is currently on, yard sale, $5. So if you're looking for some nice tools, used that is, yard sales, garage sales, and Craigslist is the way to go. So let's get started on our project. Okay, so I'm using 8-foot length 1x8 cedar boards. So the planter boxes are going to be approximately 3 feet by 5 feet, slightly smaller because of the bevel edges that I'm putting on. So I first start off with the bevel edge on one side. I mark out my 3 foot, make a mark, I flip it over, and I put the bevel on the other side. You want to make sure you do an opposite bevel so the bevels are facing inwards. After that, I will do the same thing to the second piece, which is almost 8 feet in length. Cut a bevel on both sides facing inwards. You don't want to use pressure treated when doing a planter box, especially if you're using it for a garden. You don't want any of the chemicals that are used in a pressure treated to go into your dirt, anything that you're going to consume. It just could be bad. So cedar is number one choice. Next, I am cutting 6 2x2s at 15 inches in length. So a 1x8 board is 7.5 inches stacked on top of each other equals 15. So you'll see here the miter corners make a really nice look on the corners. And I'm simply tacking in place with 1.25 inch brads just so I can place my decking screws in. That's going to hold all the weight. I chose not to use glue because I'm treating this like you would if you were to build a fence. You don't use any glue for building a fence. So I'm going to try this without glue and see what happens. So after I get the first row done, then I'm simply going to put the same size pieces right on top, making it the height of my planter block. Again, tacking in place and then using decking screws to secure it together. So I'm working on the opposite corner now, doing the same exact things that I did on the first corner. Tacking in place, screws, stacking the one on top. Now I'm measuring in the middle of the 8-foot pieces, and I'm going to put a 2x2, just like I did on the corner. I'm going to put it in the middle piece. That's just to secure the 2x8s that are stacked on top of each other together so they don't bow or separate when you fill it up with dirt. Now for the back side, the simple project is almost done. Well, I hope you like this simple project build here. It can be done with minimal tools, and I think anyone could do it. So what are some of the benefits of having these planter boxes? Well, you have this accessibility, so you can make it higher than what I had. Mine was about 15 inches. But if you sat on a stool, you could have less bending over. If you have issues being on your knees, you can do it that way. You could put any soil in it. You could have richer soil, better soil for whatever crops or plants that you want to grow. They are portable. If you had to move, it might be a little more challenging, but you could take the dirt with you, move the box, and replace the dirt in the box. Also, warmer soil. So the soil can warm up quicker through the sun than it actually would inside the ground. And it's better protection too from critters that might be on the ground. You can also put a screen on top while your plants are blooming, and keeping the birds away from it, or what we have deer here. So anyways, I hope you found this project to be helpful. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe or give me a thumbs up, and I'll keep on going. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Oh, by the way, how many woodworkers does it take to change a light bulb? Oh crap. I guess one.